Heavily
Lightly,
or
yeah. No, lightly.
windy?
Not really, no.
Okay. How many seconds?
12.
12. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Mad Radio WMDX 92.7 FM 1580 AM. Remember AM? Don't.
AM?
In Madison, State Street, a block away from the Capitol, and we had a light dusting of snow, right? Light
Yeah.
dusting.
That's what I'd call it, yeah.
A couple of inches, maybe an inch, whatever. But it's kind of warm out there, so it's going to be very wet snow. So if you're going to try and blow this stuff, forget it. It's not going to happen. And we're going to get a little more snow according to the radar. Who knows?
A little more. They're talking 8 to 10 inches before it's all done.
Well, I'm not the weatherman here.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, it's it's snowy outside. It's right around that freezing mark, and it may start to get pretty slippery pretty early here. So just allow plenty of extra travel time. Make sure you check your windshield wipers, and dust off all the snow.
Oh, I love that.
Take a shovel, put it in the trunk, get some salt. Get some pepper, get some salt and pepper. Yeah, it'll all be happening throughout the day and tonight, and in maybe taper off late tonight. Right now, right around 32 degrees. It's John and Gordy for a Tuesday morning, the 9th day of January. Yeah.
It's where it's happening.
It is where it's happening. That's right. And this is national. Let's run through what day of the year it is. It's it's National Balloon Ascension Day. Yes, so if you have a hot air balloon, make sure you get out there and blow it up.
That it ascends. That's the best kind of balloon.
Oh, yeah. The fifth dimension.
I mean, we are going to go up.
Yeah. They were such a great group. Real pop music. Yeah.
No, well, they were a great group until they did what is that, Aquarius?
Oh, you didn't like Aquarius? That was from Hair.
I hated that. I hate that so much. It is one of the worst songs ever.
You tore up your Fifth Dimension fan card, huh?
Yes. That was it.
Really?
I can't stand that. It goes on forever.
Okay.
Who thinks that anybody's interested in hearing that song over and over and over again?
Okay,
An 8-minute song of some sort? Of yuck.
Settle down. Remember when Marilyn McCoo kind of split off on her own, did some solo stuff, and she
was
had that
tired
song.
of the group too.
Here's the song that drove me crazy, was that song Bill.
Oh,
God.
Oh,
Bill, when will you marry me, Bill?
Oh, that was
Bill.
awful.
Bill.
Oh my God.
Just over and over again. It's
the thing is, back then every song had Bill in it.
Yeah.
And that was the topper. That was it. No one wanted to hear the name Bill ever again. I think, no one ever named their kid Bill after that.
You should find that song, Sam. If you
No.
No? No? Okay. It's National Shop for Travel
Got it
Day.
here.
Oh, do you? Yeah, no, throw it on.
Well,
there.
okay, throw it on. What the
I
hell,
think this
Rita?
is it. The Wedding Bell Blues.
That's it.
Yeah.
The Wedding Bell Blues.
Oh, darn.
yeah.
Different set of
yeah.
values back then. Wedding Bell Blues.
Okay, we got the idea.
Oh, God.
Well, bring it. Wait, let it go a little while.
Oh, no.
You want more of it?
It's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
earworm. It's never going to
we
leave
gotta-
our heads.
You got to get to the chorus, or maybe there's another verse here.
Oh, my God.
She's in love with Bill. I was on your side when you were losing.
She sounds a little dependent.
You think? Okay, it's leading up to the big. Just
Yes.
here we go.
We know.
Will you marry me,
Here
Bill?
we go.
Yeah, we already got that. Yes, you always will.
Okay, that's
Okay,
my
that's enough.
God,
that's enough.
enough.
Oh,
That-
yeah,
That
put that
chorus
one
is
away
never gonna
forever.
Get in there.
lock
don't
it up
ever-
in the vault.
Yeah, we don't ever need to hear that one again.
Yeah, the Disney Vault. Put it in there.
Yeah. It's National Shop for Travel Day. If you're traveling, today's a good day to shop for traveling. It's National.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
I don't know. Just trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out here. Oh yeah.
Bringing that up. My brother sent me a little link to a site where all you have to do is program in the place you want to go on your vacation.
Yeah.
And they will give you a 4-day itinerary of what to do and places to go.
That's a
And
good
I thought
idea.
that was a fascinating site, a
Yeah.
nice little business to put online.
Yeah.
But I went there to check it out, and you have to subscribe. And I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not
have
getting
to
emails
subscribe.
from them.
Okay. It's National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. That's a good one. National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day.
Well, all Democrats do support the police.
Yes. Yes. Well, and do we have any law enforcement music? Maybe some. There we go. We've been leaning on Dragnet the last couple of days.
We have Joe
The
Friday.
story you're about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Sure. National Law Enforcement Day. Citizens take the lead to show support for the National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, so do just that. Be
It's
nice
just
to
sad
your
that
law
we can't get the
enforcement officers.
Republicans to support the police.
Yeah,
It seems like they don't want to support the cities by giving them funds to hire more police.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Democrats' fault. It's the Republicans, our gerrymandered Republicans, who have decided not to fund hiring more police officers for communities. Sad.
Well, we
very
salute
sad.
all the
Very
law
sad.
enforcement officers of
We
every
do.
rank and file. They've chosen a profession that puts their life on the line every day for their communities. So,
And they still have unions.
yes,
Sweet.
and they've answered a call to public service that's demanding and often underappreciated. So there you go.
Yep.
Let's see what else is happening.
What else you got
today?
there? This is
I got
really
one more- I got
important.
one- Well, I know. Just hang on a
No,
second.
I love this stuff.
Yeah, it's a hard website to navigate. Oh, it's National Static Electricity Day.
Oh,
That's
yeah. Yes.
because, wintertime it gets awfully dry in the house. If
does,
you've got
it does.
carpeting, you're zapping every time you
Zapping
walk across
everybody.
to the other. Yeah.
Ooh, there it is.
Static electricity. Isn't that a wonderful thing? It may be a little shocking, but National Static Electricity Day is on January 9th. The observance explores static electricity and even how we may cause it.
Wouldn't it be funny
stupid.
if static electricity really did sound like that?
Yeah. Static electricity is different from the electrical current carried by wires through a building or transmitted by the electric companies.
It's a
Really?
little less powerful.
Static electricity is produced when the positive and negative charges of an atom are out of balance. Oh, okay. So now you know about that.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think there was one more thing.
Could there be an
little
implosion
thing. Oh, an
because of that
implosion.
imbalance?
Oh, I
My
don't know.
goodness.
That's a good question.
Like an
All right.
Oppenheimer sort of situation.
Oppenheimer situation.
Ah.
Yes. Yeah. Mm.
Oh, it's National Apricot Day or something like that. You like your apricots? Go get some apricots
Does
today.
anybody even know what an apricot is anymore?
Good fresh fruit is hard to find sometimes.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, why isn't it really mostly dried that we get? don't go
Yeah,
out and buy
here in the
fresh
Midwest,
apricots.
you go out on the West Coast, everything's so fresh. Yeah.
And by the time it gets here, it shrivels up and dries out, and then we buy them at the store as dried apricots.
Yeah,
That's what
it.
happens.
That's what happens.
By the time it gets here, it's rotten. Thank
That's
you.
it. Yeah.
Can't wait to have another one.
It's time for some rock trivia today, okay? You
Oh,
ready for
yes,
this?
yes.
How many consecutive sold-out shows did Elvis play in Las Vegas from 1969 to 1976? How many sold-out
6.
consecutive shows.
My guess is 6.
Well, no, let me give you the the rundown here. 223,
What?
583, 837, or 1,014. How many consecutive sold-out shows did Elvis play in Vegas from 1969 to 76?
Do you think
John?
that maybe he overstayed his welcome in Vegas?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm going with 1,000 whatever.
Okay, that is not correct.
Oh,
Sam, what's your guess?
One was like in the 600s, one was in the 800s, right?
Yeah,
Let's go 800 something.
you are correct.
Wow.
You get another shiny new
I'm
dime.
getting them one after the other
you,
every day.
you have gotten everyone right.
Good
I don't
job.
know what it is.
And you don't even know what you're really
I mean, sometimes
talking
Gordy,
about.
Sometimes Gordy tells me ahead of time. Today he didn't. I just got lucky.
That's right.
The trickery behind the scenes. I did
No,
not
it's not
know.
Here, let's get a
You made me
little
look like
Elvis
a
going.
fool again.
You'll get over it.
Oh, here.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
let's hear
yes.
some Viva Las Vegas.
Viva.
Bright light city, gonna set my soul, gonna set my soul
We're on fire.
Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn.
So good.
So get those stakes up higher. There's 1,000 pretty women waiting out there. They're all living the devil may care.
Yeah.
I'm just a devil with love to spare. So viva Las Vegas.
Oh, yes.
For
Remember
a while there, Elvis was Las Vegas.
Remember,
he was the
Paul
biggest
Schaefer?
deal out there. Yeah.
from the Letterman show?
Oh, sure.
He did Viva Las Schaefer. When he went to Las Vegas and did his show there, he filmed it, and it became a documentary. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for that little chunk of trivia.
Well,
We appreciate it.
Oh, find that. Could you find? No. Find that.
Paul Schaefer. Yes. Yeah. From Thunder Bay.
Yeah, I got to
Damn,
tell you a
damn
little
Canada.
story. I went to a Halloween party as David Letterman, and Ann went as Paul Schaefer.
Really? Did you get
Yes.
a wig? A
Yes.
bald wig?
A balding wig, yeah.
You have any pictures? You should share those on our Facebook page.
You
That
know,
would be
maybe
great.
I will take a snapshot of the video. We have a video of it.
Do you really?
Yeah, we have a video of going to this party and being Letterman and Schaefer.
Nice. Nice. Well, it's a snowy start here in Madison and across southern Wisconsin this morning.
Warm.
Warm, yeah, right around the freezing mark. We're going to take a brief time out, and we'll be back with more of our Tuesday shindig right after this.
All right, sounds interesting.
Yes, it is. All right.
Somewhere along the way,
Yeah.
it's going to be Angry Johnny for the raving MAGA entitlement culture. All right?
Okay.
So, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I've got three snow songs.
Oh, you do.
I
Do
have
you have
Beatles.
them, or do I got to find them?
No, I've got them. I've got
Okay.
them. I've got Beatles, fake Beatles. That instead of "Let It Be," they're saying "Let It Snow." Da, 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 da. That's pretty good. And then Frank Zappa, I did a cut of "Yellow Snow." Got that. Watch out
20
where the
seconds.
Huskies go. Don't you eat that yellow snow. And then I've got the Christopher Walken, "Walking in a Winter Wonderland."
Oh, I like that.
It's
Oh, my God.
hilarious. It's hilarious. I want to save that for 7 o'clock hour.
What is that from Saturday Night Live or just out
I
there?
no, I just found it on YouTube.
Hey! Yeah. Mad Radio, WMDX, 92.7 FM, 1580 AM, broadcasting from downtown Madison, State Street, a block away from the Capitol, where the gerrymandered Republicans will end up sometime today. Who knows? Who knows if they'll show up for work?
Or maybe they'll just call it in, just like all the schools are closed. Why open the Capitol?
Or will they be meeting in secret someplace, sworn to secrecy, like they did with the gerrymandered maps that they drew up? Boy.
Well, it's snowing all over southern Wisconsin. You feel like a little music this morning?
I do.
Snow music?
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, I was digging through, I'm a big Beatles fan, so I was digging through the Beatles archives, and I couldn't find anything really, but then I found,
no snow songs?
Well, listen to this. This is maybe a really rare cut. It's kind of a outtake, I think, so let's hear this.
I'm interested in that. That's McCartney, you can tell.
Isn't it? Yeah. A little different take, I think, though.
Well, that's good. Good to have an alternative.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for Poppy. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow.
Beautiful.
Let it snow. Let it snow. Let it snow.
You like that?
I do. I like this version.
I didn't know they did this version. So serious.
Fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. As long as you love me so, let it snow.
Yeah. I don't know if this was in the Get Back movie or not. I think they left this one on the cutting room floor.
I'm glad somebody saved it.
Everybody.
The cutting room floor.
All right, you get the idea.
You could, you just want to sing along.
I know. Good stuff.
Now that's a good alternative. That's on the Blue album, right?
It's on the Blue album, yeah, or the Purple album.
Who knows?
Sure which.
It's the next Blue album.
Okay, we'll let that one go.
It's
drifting
good.
off into
Did
the
he
snow.
just talk about coffee? My goodness sakes!
Oh,
nailed it. He nailed it.
Yeah, it's coffee time. Yeah, how's your coffee this morning, John?
It's wonderful. It tastes a little like fish.
Did it?
There's a fish in the percolator.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh,
I
still
love that.
playing in the background.
That stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a little track here. I thought I'd play it. Get everybody jazzed up for voting.
Yeah.
In November, because there's a Republican out there in New Hampshire that says he may not vote for Trump because he's a little angry with Trump right now. Let's check this cut out.
Polls show Donald Trump will likely be the Republican nominee. If that is the case, will you support whoever the nominee were?
No, I wouldn't support Donald Trump. I voted for Joe Biden last time. I would do the same again if that were the race.
Is there something Donald Trump could do to win over your support from Biden if that were the eventual case?
Not at this point.
Too late. Is there something he did to especially sour you from him?
There are a lot of things. That's a tough one to answer, but January 6th in particular, I think this is an election about democracy, and I would ultimately choose democracy over political issues, even though I probably align more with him on a lot of the issues.
One last thing I wanted to ask you. There are some rumors that Nikki Haley may be his VP pick. In that case, what would you think, and could you support him if she was his VP?
I wouldn't support him under any circumstance.
Do I have to repeat it over and over? I'm not supporting him. I didn't support him the first time.
Yeah.
The thing is, this guy recognized what Trump was the first election, 2016. And now he's still not going to vote for him. Wonder why.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But he's a Republican. He's a Republican, but he isn't voting for Trump and hasn't voted for him ever.
Okay. Well, and he's not going to vote this time for him either.
I don't know. I think voting for fascism is,
fashionable.
It's a tough decision there.
They have to make fascism a little more fashionable if they're going to get more votes.
Yeah.
They need to sharpen it up somehow.
Where are our John and Gordy Vermin shirts? I thought we were going to order those up.
I think they're in the works. We're working on it.
Well, we'll keep working on that.
I think that would be a good idea. The vermin shirts.
What we could do
I
is
like
number them too.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
Vermin number 2.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we'd have a actual count watching people with those shirts on.
John and Gordy vermin shirts. We'll have to work on the logo on that. A couple of rats. What else qualifies as
silhouette.
vermin? Yeah. I guess we do, huh?
I think that could work.
Yeah. I like it. That's a good idea.
Well, they have the best way to do it is we set up a little account with one of those T-shirt printing companies online,
sure.
and then people just order up whenever they want to order that T-shirt up, and they can get it anytime they want. We don't have to give it to them via a contest. Second caller, free T-shirt. Or maybe we should. Maybe not.
We got a text in here. It says, play the Dead Kennedys version of Viva Las Vegas, please.
Yeah,
Do we have that, Sam? The Dead Kennedys,
Yeah.
Dead Kennedys version of Viva Las Vegas? All right.
Probably filled with profanities.
Oh, boy. Be careful.
I'll be ready on the dump button. I don't know the Dead Kennedys too well.
They're energetic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
I mean, you can almost see the sweat dripping off his face.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we're bracing for all this snow. They say it's coming. So far, so good. Got a little bit of wet snow, and it's going to snow all day, off and on.
Is
Get
it?
a little break right now. But then it's going to kick in this afternoon and tonight, and then tomorrow not so bad, and then Thursday or Friday, it's going to kick in again. We're going to get another bunch of snow coming in.
Oh, man.
Just get ready. Winter is here finally.
Oh,
I
sure.
kinda
We
like
get
it.
battered.
I know over at Cascade Mountain in Portage, they're loving it. They've been making snow, and now they've got some real stuff to put on top of it. So all the skiers out there, all the downhill skiers and cross-country skiers, time to wax up those skis. I don't think the wet
wax
stuff
up
is all
those
that good.
surfboards.
Yeah, it's good.
Some people call them prisoners.
that was
I call
got-
them hostages. Release the J6 hostages, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Release them, Joe. You can do it real easy, Joe. Some people call them prisoners. I call them hostages.
There you go.
Wow.
I just thought,
Donald.
need a little reminder that the J6 hostages are out there, and we really want to help them stay in jail.
Boy. Trump.
What is
Donald
wrong
Trump
with
is kind
that
of
guy?
a human gumball machine.
There you go.
All righty.
Man.
We are just getting
Oh.
going on this Tuesday, the 9th day of January.
Yeah.
And we've got snow and more on the way. We're going to take a little time away here while we check out the latest news, weather, and sports.
All
Hey, there
right.
was a winner in college football,
Oh,
Michigan.
there was. Okay.
Yeah, they won the championship. 29 past. Back in a few minutes.
Sorry about that.
Hey, John, your mic still sounds fuzzy.
Is it
Yeah.
fuzzy,
How
really?
close are you to the mic, John?
Yeah, I
You
think
look
that's
really
the main.
close.
That's the main problem. Maybe it's a different angle or something. Because it's,
All right.
I just- it's okay, but when you speak up, then it really
Yeah.
gets.
well, that's weird.
Are you going to go into the angry zone?
Nothing.
I've got it standing by.
Do you?
You can either have this one.
No. That's,
Okay.
That's the outro. That's
Okay.
the outro.
I got the angry Johnny here.
What's the latest, Mr. Peterson?
How you doing, John? You look as bad as I feel.
We need, Sam. Here's the thing you could do.
Mhm.
You could take one of these Johnny cuts, the angry Johnny or something, and then or anything that we have with John, and interweave it with my Gordy cuts. Just a few of those.
yeah.
So you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Just put them in the blender, mix them up,
Tear him to shreds.
tear them to shreds, and put them back together
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
You know who that was that said John Peterson?
Yes.
Who is that?
Yeah.
Was that? Where was that from?
He used to be the voice of Pizza Pit.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Mm-hmm. Boy.
And did you record a commercial with him or something?
Oh yeah, he came in
Had him
all
do
the
that?
time for commercials, and he would do a whole bunch of voices for me. I have a bunch. I had a bunch.
Yeah.
And I used his voice constantly for that. And he was a really nice. He looked like one of those old beatniks. You know, he had the little mustache.
Oh, yeah.
The beard, pointed beard, and he was just really, really a cool guy.
A hip guy.
He was really a nice guy.
Remember Jim Peterson, Rocky
Yeah.
Rococo?
Yeah,
We had him. Didn't we have him on a number of times?
We had him
on the movie show.
We did.
Or-
We did. We had him. I think we had him on once.
Okay.
But we ordered pizza for a competing DJ in town, and he had to pay the bill. So, I mean, that was the bit.
Hey, Rocky Rococo.
And I was hesitant to do it, but he wanted to do it. You know,
Yeah.
oh, send over all our pizzas over there. You know, too bad he died. You know, he was such a funny guy.
He was.
Really
and
was.
He was friends with my sister and her husband at the time. They used to work with him he was a social worker, and they worked at the Sauk County Health Care Center or something. They would run into him all the time.
Yeah.
And they knew him pretty well. And he developed that Rocky Rococo character, which was his claim to fame.
That was so good. He was so great as Rocky Rococo.
And back then, it was just Rocky Rococo or Pizza Pit. Those were the two pizza chain rivals back in.
Well,
back in
Rocky
the
was
day in
from
Madison.
Firesign Theater,
Was he?
I believe. The name, yeah, Rocky Rococo, I believe.
Oh, the name. Yeah.
I don't know whether he was allowed to take it. The guy, Procter and Berkman, I think were at least one of them was from Wisconsin. So he supported that. They had talked about WIBA all the time. You know, WIBA, Madison, Wisconsin. I remember that. I used that in a couple of drop-ins as well.
All right.
1 minute.
What are we going to wade into? I got Angry Johnny standing by. So
No, don't. We're not going to do that yet.
Okay.
We're waiting on that one.
Would you like a little more
I'm going to go with.
music?
I'm going to go with the Pot Dangerous. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'll get the weed.
And then
music
Trump
standing.
hopes that there's a recession.
I got
which
the
is a
weed
very
standing
short
by.
time. Yes, do
I
that.
got the bong. and
Why
the
don't you
weed
just
music.
start that up and I'll say, oh, yeah, speaking of pot.
Okay.
30 seconds.
All right. Oh, I do have Gordy loaded up here too. Okay. Just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Definitely want to do the Biden and church thing
Okay.
eventually. Next break.
10 seconds.
Please, I'm getting nervous now. Stop it. Stop it.
This is the only time I.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Decaffeinated Caffeine. For people who like feeling nervous and wide awake, but hate running to the bathroom all the time.
Mad Radio WMDX 92.7 FM at 1580 AM Madison. Hope everybody enjoyed our little discussion.
Yeah. Well,
Are we having a few problems there, Sam? You might as well check into that.
Not from what I've heard, but I will check on it in just a second.
All right. Well,
Okay. All right.
do you have any? We have some glitches. I'm not aware of that. Anything. Yeah,
I know.
everything seems to
you're
be
a
moving
little-
along just smoothly. I don't know.
little oblivious to all this stuff. We'll help
Really?
you. We'll help you, man. You're
Okay.
not tapping into the bubbly stuff this morning, are you?
Oh, really?
The bubbly stuff. Oh yeah. There you go.
Sam. Oh,
There you
that's
go.
why he's not on camera. Okay.
No, that's
get it.
you.
You got me.
You know,
Yeah.
pot, dangerous stuff. Yeah.
Do you have a story
Yeah, I do actually.
to tell us, John?
Yeah. It was a little tweet X that I thought was interesting from Kid Riles. He says the same Republican politicians in the state of Wisconsin who won't approve the legalization of recreational marijuana use because they claim to be looking out for our health also told us that COVID was a hoax. My. They better check their health sources.
Yes, they should.
That's an interesting observation, but it's true.
Well, and Jeff was telling us yesterday this actually opens the door to much more business for him if they pass it the way it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
You can actually get actual marijuana.
yeah.
But I think, grinding it up and putting it in with your coffee grounds in the morning, that's the way to set the day off right.
You think so?
No, actually, no.
I don't think the taste would really meld very good with that.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's something you have to try.
Yeah. Well, I think it's coffee time any way you look at it. I've got my coffee, just good old drip Folgers Colombian.
Oh.
It's the good stuff.
Yes. Yes.
What kind of coffee do you drink, John? I don't know if I've ever asked you. Do you have a particular
I try different
flavor?
Different beans.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
You grind them and
I do. I
all that
grind
stuff.
my beans. It's half and half combination of
Sounds kind of a
decaf
personal
and
thing.
actual caffeinated coffee.
yeah.
So I can control the amount of caffeine that I have in the morning.
I have some half calf coffee, but I don't like it. It just doesn't taste as good.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't like it.
All right.
I put it on the back of the shelf when I run out of actual coffee.
Well,
Caffeine's really not that good for you,
We're going to need an escape, and I think marijuana is that great escape that most of us will need when the recession arrives. And who knows when that'll happen? I think
Who
Trump
wants a
has-
recession?
I think Trump does.
When there's a crash, I hope it's going to be during this next 12 months, because I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. The one president, I just don't want to be Herbert Hoover.
So yeah, he wants
Who
it to
does?
crash before
Yeah.
the election.
Yeah, that's what they want. That's
Now-
what he wants.
Now, the
Yeah.
interesting part of that comment is that if we can somehow make him seem like Herbert Hoover, that would be the thing that gets under his skin, right? Why not try that? This is the one thing he does not want to ever happen, is to be compared to Herbert Hoover. Amazing stuff here. What a reveal. Let's try it.
Because I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. The one president, I just don't want to be Herbert Hoover.
There you go.
When there's a crash, I hope it's going to be during this next 12 months.
He's a positive guy. This is the positive attitude you want to go into the election with.
He can't be positive about anything. He just, it's all about hate and fear. Oh no, don't let Joe get a hold of I'm the one that can solve the economic problems. Well,
Right.
the economy's going great. So,
Well,
stay away.
I just happened to see an ad that Governor J.B. Pritzker down in Illinois,
Yeah.
south of the Cheddar Curtain,
Right?
governor to the losing Bears.
Yeah. Democratic
Basically,
governor.
he has
Yeah.
launched an ad that takes a real shot at Donald Trump. It is truly an amazing ad, and we'll get to that in just a second here. But
All right.
I just think that somewhere along the way, we're just going to have to deal with the fact that Trump is going to be the candidate that runs up against Biden.
Well, we'll probably know that before too long. The Iowa primary or caucus is next week, and then it's on to New Hampshire, and then things really start to heat up as we go along. So if he gathers enough votes early enough,
It does.
it's not going to last very long. And
No.
they'll declare him the winner, and then away we go.
Away we go.
So did you find that cut, or do you have that?
I do not have that cut.
Oh,
yeah.
well, all right. Well, we'll circle back to it.
We'll
We can
we'll
find
work on that. We'll work
Okay.
on that.
How about a little bit of snow music?
All right.
Would you like to get back in the mood with all the snow coming down?
I want to know
See
what
if I
happened
can
to
find
Pee Wee Herman's little warning.
I know.
It's
I couldn't
snowing.
find that.
It's
Yeah.
snowing.
It is snowing.
Weather alert! Weather alert! It's starting to snow!
It's snowing! It's snowing! Snowing! It's snowing!
Thank you, Sam.
It's snowing! It's snowing!
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It is snowing.
Here we go. Let's
Yeah.
listen to this. Oh, yeah. It's going to get windy, too. All right. Frank Zappa. WMDX. Bundle up, dress in layers.
Dreamed I was an Eskimo. Frozen wind began to blow. Under my boots and around my toe. Frost that bit the ground below. Was 100 degrees below zero.
100 degrees below zero. That's cold.
And my mama cried.
Below absolute zero.
And my mama cried.
Yeah. Hang on, the good part's coming up.
It is.
Don't be a naughty Eskimo.
The rhyme is there. It's coming up.
Save your money, don't go to the show. Well, I turned around and I said, ho, ho. Well, I turned around and I said, ho, ho.
Here we go.
Anticipation is incredible.
And I said,
Here we go.
ho, ho. And the northern lights commenced to glow. And she said, with a tear in her eye, watch out where the Huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow. Watch out where the Huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow. Watch out where the Huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow.
It's really a public service announcement when you think about it. You know,
Well, it's actually something you got to tell the kids
yeah.
when they go out in the snow for the very first time. If they see a little patch of yellow snow, you never know. Anything can happen. You got to
Right.
be there. That's what parents are for, basically. You know, I saw a documentary on Frank Zappa,
Yeah.
and he's always been an enigma to me. I've never understood him. I bought his very first album.
Well, yeah.
Who Are the Brain Police, and but anyway, it
It's
was
great stuff. But,
Your Mothers of Invention. It was a fantastic album, but he always scared me. He was just a scary, and his group was scary. They were just very freaky, very unusual.
He hired great
and
musicians.
scary.
Really, they were excellent musicians.
And then, like the song "Who Are the Brain Police."
Yeah.
Very psychedelic. So anyway, I was very fascinated by this documentary of him, and I think he was on. I think he's a little spectrumy, personally.
Well, he was a musical genius. I mean, he was. Really.
He was really a dictator in the studio.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And I felt bad for the musicians, and the musicians kept leaving because they just couldn't put up with the incredibly long sessions, the redos and redos and redos. It was just insane. But at the same time, I felt a connection with that. There is perfection. There's a person who has to do something the right way, and that's why I really admire him for what he did.
And he did,
His
basically a
creative.
rock experimental musician, but it was all sheet music for him too. And if his musicians that he hired, if they couldn't keep up with his odd time, going in 7/4 and 5/4 and shifting the time and the rhythm and all of that, he'd fire him, on the spot. You're out. You're gone. get somebody else. He'd have another
Dictatorial,
audition.
definitely. But the thing is, this guy appeared on the Steve Allen show, I think.
Yeah, when he was 16 or 18 or something.
He played a bicycle.
Yeah, that was his first claim to fame. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
so he laughed at himself, but he was able to be this dictator in the studio, and he put out this amazing music. And a lot of people criticized his lead guitar playing.
Oh,
I thought it was fascinating.
He was excellent. There's a couple of albums. Apostrophe is a great album of his. Also, Live at the Fillmore is really good. If you want something accessible, because by that time he had Flo and Eddie from the Turtles with him, and that is a really funny album. He was a comedian as well as being a extraordinary rock musician, but and then the music after that, just another band from LA is another great. And the one that got the Beatles' attention was We're Only in It for the Money, because after the Beatles came out with Sgt. Pepper, Frank Zappa came out with We're Only in It for the Money, and it was the album cover looked very similar to Sgt. Pepper. Yeah. It was a real send-off on Sgt. Pepper, and it was very funny too. And the Beatles, like John and George and Ringo, really thought it was funny. Paul did not think it was funny at all. Sgt. Pepper was his brainchild.
Yeah, it was. It was, or maybe even the album cover for that matter.
Yeah, you're right.
The Stones version of Sgt. Pepper was interesting too. I had heard, oddly, that it was supposed to be a Christmas album. Is that?
Oh, really?
Is that true? Yeah, the Satanic Majesties.
I've never heard that. But,
and the record company did not want it, and the producers did not want it, so they obviously, canned the idea of putting out a Christmas album. But they took off,
It had a cool looking cover. It had that old fashioned 3D kind of thing going.
Which I have, by the way. I have the original 3D cover. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a collector's item. Probably
it is.
I think
it's probably worth millions of dollars. And it's just sitting in the basement, collecting mold.
Yeah.
No doubt. All right. I did find the Governor Pritzker.
Oh, yeah,
I found that track.
Okay. He's the governor of Illinois, a Democrat.
Do we have time? I think we have time for this.
We got a minute.
It's just a short ad. He has launched one of the most concerted and data-driven operations in the United States history, helping deliver swing states for Democrats in 2024. And this is his ad.
You'll never take back our country with weakness. Multiple capital injury. Multiple capital injury.
On January 6th, 2021, our democracy came under siege. Americans watched in disbelief as protesters, inspired by a president hoping to overturn an election he lost, attacked the very foundations of our nation. Unfortunately, this was not the first time Donald Trump endangered people's lives and the core values we hold dear. From the start, I stood up to Trump because it was clear from day one that he was unfit to hold the office. I believe we need a governor who stands ready to stand up to Donald Trump in Washington, D.C. When Trump failed his oath to protect Americans as a global pandemic raged, I called it out. His advice has been, first it was, this is a hoax. Then it was, this is just like the flu. This will go away in a few days. Now, Donald Trump is bringing back the language of evil espoused by Adolf Hitler. And I refuse to be silent about the...
We're into the break now. It ran over, but I faded it down.
Good.
Okay. Well, we got the gist of it.
Yeah.
But we play it again. If you want to go back to it, we can talk about it.
Problem was I didn't download it. I had it up in audio, in Audacity, and I didn't save it. So now I did.
So yeah, something was off in the logs. I don't know if it was beforehand or if something didn't play that was supposed to, and we came in 43 seconds early, so they had our mics for like the last however long of the last break.
Well, we got to stop swearing. I mean, that's just that just goes without saying.
But how do you not know that? I mean, doesn't I mean?
No,
how did you find that out?
Because Catherine messaged us.
Oh,
I get a little pop up.
I
get a pop up on my monitor that she is messaging us, so I know immediately.
You do?
Yeah.
How's that?
And a good morning to everybody. Mad Radio WMDX, the John and Gordy Show, 92.7 FM at 1580 AM on your Madison dial. And we're all over social media as well. You can check us out on Twitter X, on Facebook, YouTube, Magic 8 Balls. Anywhere.
We were there? Wow.
Anywhere.
That's a hard get. I'm glad we're on Magic 8 Ball now. That's good. That's all new. Yeah.
Well, usually the Magic 8 Ball is right, and that's why we're there.
Well, top of the morning to you. Hey, rise and shine, shake a leg. We got some snow out there, and a little bit of, you got to dust off the windshield and get all, plan some extra travel time, bundle up, although it's not that cold. It's right around 32 degrees, so it's going to be wet snow to start your day. Just be careful on the roads. Allow some extra travel time.
Okay.
All
right. All right. We'll do that. All
okay.
right. We'll do that.
It's snow. It's Wisconsin. Get used to it. Eesh.
Oh, boy. There's this MAGA Republican, Nancy Mace. You remember who who she is?
No, I don't.
Well, anyway, she's out there criticizing Biden for appearing at a church where a tragedy occurred. How dare he?
Oh.
Only Republicans do those kind of photo ops.
Right.
And she had this to say about this.
Okay.
And restore the soul of America. And yet today, he's literally using the pulpit of a church where a tragedy took place in order to further divide our nation on race, on gender, and on politics. And that's not what Charleston is about. We unify in the face of adversity. And so today, my message is we're not going to take the bait.
Not taking the bait.
Who's
taking
this?
the bait.
That's
That
almost
is
sound like
Nancy.
Nick.
That's Nancy Mace. She's she was like a moderate at one time, and all of a sudden she just turned super MAGA and is really out there supporting Trump. And she criticized Biden for appearing at a church, getting in the pulpit. Well, let's check out what happened at that church.
Okay.
Protesters disrupted Biden's speech at Mother Emanuel Church, shouting "Ceasefire now!" And I think he handled it exceptionally well. Now, while they were chanting, the police came in and ushered a lot of these protesters out.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like a Trump rally here. Now they're taking the people out.
Mm-hmm.
Look, folks,
This is how he recovers.
I understand their passion, and I've been quietly working with the Israeli government to get them to reduce and significantly get out of Gaza. I'm using all that I can to do that.
There you go. Not bad. Not bad. Great recovery.
They don't have any protesters at Trump rallies because they're pretty tight on who they let into those.
Yeah.
Just his supporters, and that's it. But the president's not afraid to go out into a rally where everybody's welcome. So,
yeah. Nancy Mace, of course, criticized Biden for appearing at the church, but she also had this to say.
Who cannot condemn anti-Semitism, cannot condemn Jewish genocide. They need to resign or be fired. There ought to be consequences for that, because the reality is Israel is the only country in the world that is literally at risk of real genocide. And that's what we're talking about here. It's disgusting, it's shameful, and shouldn't be happening on our college campuses.
Well, the interesting part about this is, she's criticizing these college presidents for allowing these protests to continue.
Right.
And she's basically condemning it, calling for an end to this, but these protesters really calling for an end to the Palestinian bombing. All the Palestinians getting killed in these bombings on Gaza, and that's what they're protesting. They want a ceasefire. They want an end to this killing. So when you think about what Nancy Mace, Republican, is calling for here is a ban on this activity, a ban on the protests. This isn't calling for genocide in any way, shape, or form. It's calling for a ceasefire, and they're backing the Palestinians. They don't want more killings, more deaths, more bombings from Israel. That's what they're calling for. And she would rather ban this. And then what else? Where does it go from here? Right. What is there? Yeah. In Wisconsin, we also had this situation take place at our Capitol. We were protesting Act 10, the destruction of unions in Wisconsin. We were protesting it. So what did Scott Walker do? He put regulations in place. If you were in a group of more than 4, you had a responsibility to take care of any damage that any of the protesters it probably became a larger group, and if there was any damage, you'd have to pay for it. You were on the line for it, or you had to get a permit in order to have a protest. So what they want to do is they want to stop protesting completely, and that's what's happened in Florida, even though that has been held up in courts, for free speech rights, First Amendment rights. But where does it go from here? If you ban protests, anything, even Nazi protesting. When I was a kid, teenager, I thought, why don't they lock these KKK members up, these neo-Nazis up? Why don't they lock them up? This is crazy stuff. This is really anti-American. But you realize later on that it's a First Amendment right. They get a chance to protest. So you don't lock them up. You don't lock up the people who are asking for genocide either. They can protest, they can look silly and horrible, and we can detest what they're doing, but they have a right to protest. This is our First Amendment right. We can do this stuff. And if we allow them to ban these protests on campus, people asking for a ceasefire, then we can do anything. We can ask for a ban on any type of protest whatsoever. And that's the danger of what Nancy Mace and all the other Republicans are asking for.
Well, that's it. The First Amendment is what it's all about, and you can deal with it or not. But yes, everybody has a right to protest. Everybody has a right to this free speech
and to disagree.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
6:58, snow coming down. That's going to be the big story today. Schools closing all over the place. Bad roads. Be careful out there.
Perfect song for that moment.
That's it. Okay. We will be back after a check of news, sports, and the latest weather. Just a few minutes. Stay with us. I want to play the Christopher Walken thing in this first section.
All right.
Because we may want to come back with it at the end of the show. It's that good. It's that good.
All right.
Brittany Merlot just emailed back.
Oh.
If you want, she can call around 7:15.
All right.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll send it back then.
Okay.
We need somebody, an actual meteorologist, to blame for this weather.
That's
okay?
right. That's right. Yeah. Don't blame me. I'm not an actual meteorologist. I just played one on TV for 20 years and got away with it.
Exactly.
I almost went into Angry Johnny there. You were starting to get heated up, but I thought, well, it's too late.
I know. That would have been a perfect spot for it. Yeah. My rant,
right.
But
you'll have more anger coming.
Actually, you could have played the outro though.
I could have. That's what I should have done.
I'm getting notification on my watch for Civic Media.
Oh? About what?
I don't know.
Maybe school's closing?
No, it was a bubble saying Civic Media. I don't understand that.
You're just a caveman.
It's a push notification because I just got one too. It says, on Up North News today, they're interviewing Tony Evers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good.
Well, why don't I get those? Where are you getting those?
You should get pop-ups. You should get notifications in the corner of your computer. It just pops out and then goes away.
Yeah.
You could. Your computer should be asking you about, do you want to get notifications?
I don't like those notifications. They're pesky.
Well, then, that's why you're not seeing these things.
That's why I always say no. I don't want to be bothered. Leave me alone. I'm not at work. Leave me alone. There's a line. There used to be a line between work and home.
I don't remember approving the
Civic Media.
Yeah, the Civic bot, but I'm glad it's there.
Oh, I've got AOC.
Yeah,
that
you got
story.
that. You got that story.
Oh, here it is. I've got some sound on that. She's talking about Clarence Thomas and Boebert.
You should play the Clarence ad ahead of time. The Clarence sale.
Oh, yeah. What do we have on?
Our annual Clarence sale.
Oh, that's right. Do you have that one? Can you get that standing by?
You guys know that ad? I haven't heard that one.
No, it's a fake. What's one of our fake sponsors from Gary Owens?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Clarence, not a clearance sale, a Clarence sale.
Oh, that's good.
You're doing the AOC and Clarence story in first segment here.
Sure.
When?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I just got to know to have it ready.
Yeah. First, I want to play this Walken thing. I'm going to do weather and then Christopher Walken, and then I'll. Which do you think first, Boebert or Clarence? I wish we had the Rocky music for Boebert. Every time we have Boebert, I feel like Rocky music is appropriate. She's always getting into fights.
I can pull it up.
Okay.
She reminds you of somebody from Dog Patch.
She's so stupid. I've never been in politics before, she says. Really?
Could have fooled me. Could have fooled me.
I thought you would be the next statesman of the Congress. Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. It's just a tragedy.
She has a commercial where she's reading something off the prompter and, reading her commercial part. And then okay, that's a wrap, the director says, or whatever. And she takes her gun and puts it back in her holster. As she's walking off the set. I'm like, oh, my God. Ugh.
This is great stuff. This is great stuff. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, remind me to promo Brittany Merlot, our civic meteorologist. Civic media meteorologist.
Oh no!
What? What's happening?
God, we'll have to get to this tomorrow. I hope no one else.
Wow.
Medical marijuana.
Is it good news or bad news?
It's shocking news, is what it is.
Shocking.
Shocking.
Get the electrical music or the sound again.
Yeah.
No, we don't need that. What are we going to do? Are we going to do Boebert right away here? Yeah.
First, I'm going to blow out Walken in a winter.
All right.
Walken in a winter wonderland.
1 minute.
So it would just crack up.
Okay, I got that. I'm looking at it.
And then I'll get into Boebert, and then I'll get into AOC. Unless you want to, if you want something, go.
No, I've got this other story. It's the statewide thing of medical marijuana. But I got two tweets on it that are very interesting, and I think we got to definitely go into this.
Okay.
Maybe after the weather thing. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
30 seconds.
All right.
Please, I'm getting nervous again. Stop it.
Well, what do you want him to do? Not give us time cues?
I'm not ready.
Are you
I'm not
watching
ready.
your atomic
I'm not
clock?
ready. I am. Oh, you know what?
Oh,
It
you
went
got
off.
one now, huh?
I've had
10
one all along.
seconds.
Is it set to the right time?
It's 10 seconds slower.
Well, that's stupid.
I know. It's at 7:05:40.
Hang on.
The opinions that you may hear us express, expressly or otherwise, over the public's airways, is in no way to represent the opinions expressed or otherwise by our management, producers, sponsors, or various members of their staffs or their families or few friends.
Nor should these views express the opinions of the broadcasters, the disc jockeys, the salesmen, the program and music directors, and their secretaries and girlfriends and wives and their staff.
Unless, of course, we are willing to assume that we can assume the responsibility that their opinions will not influence anyone else's opinions.
Or their family and friends.
And staff.
You know what they say about assuming?
What?
Makes an ass out of, I don't know what.
You and me.
I can't remember that stuff.
Yeah, me either.
Old sayings. I'm bad at them.
Mad
Radio.
Oh, 7.
Okay, 7.
Yeah.
Mad Radio, WMDX, 92.7. We have our official jobs here, right?
That's
1580 AM. Reminding people that there is an AM part of the dial.
That's
in
important.
Madison, State Street, a block away from the Capitol. Gerrymandered Republicans continue to shuffle into their bathrooms. It takes them about 8 hours to get into the Capitol. So maybe they'll show up after their long, long night coming up with a medical marijuana bill. We'll get to that in just a few moments. But you've got something, don't you?
Well, we've got snow. We've got the snow. Everybody's been, we've been talking about this for days. Here it comes, and it's just starting up. We've got, a covering now, and it's snowing off and on all across southern Wisconsin. In fact, we've got Brittany Merlot coming up in just a few minutes, our civic media meteorologist. We're going to check in with her. And I've got a little something, now I kind of like the snow. I know you're not a big fan, John.
You're a weatherman. You love this.
I was a weatherman.
Stuff, this inclement weather.
Yeah. So I found a weather song that I think you might like, so I'm just going to play it and see. It's Walking in a Winter Wonderland, but a special version.
I love that song.
Yeah, listen to this.
All right.
I think you'll enjoy this version.
Well,
Christopher
we'll
Walken.
see. Jury's out.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird. Here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we stroll along. Walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow, we can build a snowman and pretend he is Parson Brown. Who's that? He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town.
Oh, God.
Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we've made. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Yeah, isn't that great?
It is. It is.
It's snowing, you got the kids playing in the snow, building snowmen.
Is that an impersonator or is that really?
It's not Christopher Walken.
He should.
There's more here.
He should have done this.
We can build a snowman.
See?
And pretend he's a circus clown. We'll have lots of fun, Mr. Snowman. Until those other damn kids, they knock him down. When it snows, ain't it thrilling? Through your nose gets a chilling. Frolic and play the Eskimo way. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Big finish now.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken in a winter wonderland.
There you have it.
That is nice.
Isn't that beautiful?
That is.
It just
really
gets you in
good.
the mood for winter. Yeah.
Brutal.
Christopher Walken. Walken.
Those aren't the real words to the song.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much the real words, and he just
Almost
did it as
real words.
Christopher Walken. Yeah.
A few ad-libs in there, I would assume, right?
Yeah, damn kids. Oh, boy. I find the snow very calming. And, by the way, Sam, let us know when Brittany Merlot gets on the phone. We'll talk to her, our meteorologist. What's that?
Will do.
Okay, very good. All right. In the meantime, I think snow is very calming. But speaking of not being calming, Lauren Boebert back in the news again. You probably heard by now. She had a little altercation with her ex-husband.
Hey, you're confusing her with Bobbitt.
Bobbitt? Yeah, that's a different...
The one who removed a penis, I believe, at one time.
Yeah.
But no, this is
Boebert.
Bobbitt.
Lauren Boebert, a Republican congresswoman from Colorado. Yeah, she got into it with her husband and allegedly smacked him in the face. He hit him in the nose a couple of times, and now he's taking some legal action. Here's the story on this.
Congresswoman Lauren Boebert is no stranger to controversy. The Colorado Republican is the subject of an active police investigation into an alleged altercation with her ex-husband, Jason Boebert, at the Miners Claim restaurant in her district Saturday night. In a statement to CNN, Boebert said, "I didn't punch Jason in the face and no one was arrested. I will be consulting with my lawyer about the false claims he made against me and evaluate all of my legal options." Boebert's ex-husband telling the Denver Post that he does not want to press charges, saying, "I don't want nothing to happen. Her and I are working through a difficult conversation."
I don't want nothing to happen.
To take our country back. It is the latest in a series of controversies plaguing the far-right firebrand.
I am announcing my candidacy for the 2024 Republican nomination to represent Colorado's 4th Congressional District.
Last month, Boebert announced she will be switching to run for a seat in Colorado's more conservative 4th District, rather than facing a tough re-election bid in Colorado's 3rd District. Boebert made headlines last September when she was booted from a musical production of Beetlejuice in Denver. Surveillance footage shows Boebert vaping inside the theater, taking flash photos with her phone, and raising her arms to dance. Her theater companion, seen here fondling her breast.
Yes.
She was eventually escorted out of the show. Video shows her flipping off security.
I was a little too eccentric.
Boebert defending her behavior in an interview on OAN.
Too eccentric.
I'm very known for having a animated personality, maybe overtly animated personality. I was laughing, I was singing, having a fantastic time.
Police in Silt County, where the restaurant altercation allegedly occurred, tell CNN that they can't disclose who made that call nor whether the department had received surveillance footage from the restaurant to review. Boebert, meanwhile, citing this incident as yet another reason why she's switching districts.
She's just a little outgoing, you know? And, you got to...
a little eccentric.
We should be able to just forgive that because she is eccentric, right?
Well, they left out the part where she was getting a little handsy at that Beetlejuice.
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but,
she got kicked out.
her husband don't want nothing to happen.
They quoted him exactly.
I know exactly. The reporter quoting him exactly was just priceless.
Bad grammar.
Priceless.
Love it.
Love it. Oh my gosh. And we should forgive her. She's not a good representation of the rest of the mega party at all, right? Because she's more of an extrovert. This is what she does in public. She's a little loosey-goosey. That's fine. You know, we should forgive her for it. She does not represent the mega party whatsoever. They're nothing like that. Oh, you know, doing what Trump said he did on that bus. Oh, that's just fine. Just talk, you know. That's locker room talk.
Locker room talk. That's all that was. Yeah.
Yes.
No big deal.
No, it's no big deal. We can't brand them with it. We should never brand them with this kind of behavior.
Right.
No, we would never do that.
Well, here's a story of another congresswoman, outspoken in a different way, a logical way. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's speaking out on why she believes Justice Clarence Thomas, you know Clarence Thomas, he should recuse himself on that Colorado ballot case. Here's what she has to say about that. think we have that. Maybe we don't have that. All right. Pushing the button and nothing happens. Okay.
I think
Here it
it's
is. Here it
very
is.
clear. Clarence Thomas and rather his wife, Ginny, participated in the events of January 6th. And now what is likely going before the Supreme Court is a judgment as to whether an event that his wife participated in, that his wife has been investigated by in the January 6th committee, qualifies as an insurrection. And Clarence Thomas's decision on that, one way or another, and overall the court's decision on that, would directly implicate his wife. And so this is just one of the most classic textbook conflicts of interest, and it would frankly be a scandal if he did not recuse.
Do you think he actually will? I mean, he did recuse himself in the case regarding John Eastman, for never really explaining exactly why he recused himself.
Yes, and his wife, you know, one of the documents that Donald Trump actually tried to prevent from coming to the January 6th committee were documents that showed Ginny Thomas in communication with John Eastman. And so, you know, there is a precedent there. Clarence Thomas, as you mentioned, did not really elaborate as to why he recused himself, but he recused himself in a case with respect to John Eastman. His wife had actively been involved in communication with him, John Eastman pressing Mark Meadows, Donald Trump's chief of staff at the time, and also continues to maintain that the 2020 election was stolen despite a complete lack of evidence thereof. And so, you know, I think our hope is that Clarence Thomas has shown that he is willing to recuse himself from a case. This is one of the most direct implications that he has with respect to, you know, perhaps one of any of the cases that's come before the court.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
AOC. Telling it like it is. Okay.
Telling it like it is. You know, I sent a little letter off to Thomas, you know, inviting him for a vacation out here in Wisconsin sometime. And
Did you get a response yet?
I had no response yet. I was hoping that perhaps, you know, we could get a few cases going our way. You know, just a little small vacation here in Wisconsin, a little cabin up north someplace.
Yeah, that's a
Can't say it's a
interesting
great
idea.
cabin, but
well, we'll you know, let us know if you get any word back from him.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know. But I think we should all send a little invitations to Justice Thomas and invite him out for vacations and see if we can't sway his opinion one way or another.
Now that we've got a little snow, maybe he'd like to do a little ski vacation. You know, he and Ginny, I can imagine they're big downhill skiers. They could.
They look
enjoy
very
something
athletic,
else.
by the way, the two of them.
It is 18 minutes past the hour. We've got snow around southern Wisconsin. We've got 1 minute here where we'll take a little
We'll be getting
pause.
to the official weather forecast in just a few moments.
Yes, we've got our civic media meteorologist, Brittany Merlot, coming up right after this.
I let her know that, we were going in commercial here. If you want to talk to her for a bit. You're on now, Brittany.
Hi, Brittany.
Hey.
We've got
How are
about...
you?
how are you doing? We've got about 45 seconds before we come back from this commercial. So.
Don't be nervous.
I'm not. I'm excited.
Are you?
Don't make me cry.
Okay, we'll try. You know, Gordy has that way. You know, he does that to
I make
people. I'm
people
sorry.
nervous, yeah.
And I
That's me.
apologize beforehand.
Yeah. So where are you calling from? What is your location? Wassa.
Wassa.
Is it snowing up there?
Granite Peak.
Do you have a snow? Do you have some on the ground anyway from previous
There's
snowfall?
a trace from the other day.
Is there?
Not much.
20 seconds.
That's too bad.
Okay. Coming back in
You're
15
missing out
seconds.
on winter. You're missing out.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Stand by.
Matt Radio, WMDX, 92.7 FM, 1580 AM. Madison, the capital city of Wisconsin, where every gerrymandered Republican likes to hang their hat.
Hey, the flakes are flying. The snow is out there. It started up overnight.
You know what? You know what? We're looking more like northern Wisconsin.
Yeah?
And northern Wisconsin is looking like, the flatland of Illinois. What's going on out here?
Up is down, left is right. I don't know. We're living in a bizarro universe.
We are.
now.
We got to get an explanation, an official one. Not you, my man.
No. Even though I did TV weather for 20 years, that's all a part of my past. I quit 10 years ago, and things have changed since
You
then.
swore it off, right? I mean,
I
that and
swore it
alcohol.
off.
That's
Well, I saw
fantastic.
climate change coming. I'm like, I don't want any part of this. But we have our meteorologist from Civic Media standing by on the phone. Let's everybody welcome Brittany Merlot. Brittany, good morning.
Good morning. How are
Yeah.
you? Happy snow day to the south.
Oh, yeah.
It is coming down.
Is it going to be making it into the Wausau area?
Yeah.
No,
Where you
I
are?
don't think so. I mean, this just teasing me, basically. I was trying my best. Last week the system wanted to hit more Chicago. All I wanted it to do was go north, go north. We needed it. Finally shifted north over the weekend, and here we go. Now
You're
it's
right.
time. So
We do need it. The farmers need it. We're way behind in precipitation, right? Statewide, I think. Yeah?
absolutely. And it's extreme snow droughts. I mean, the least snowiest December ever on record for the Milwaukee, Madison area. I mean, it's just a lot of people not complaining about it. Nobody likes to shovel. Nobody likes to drive in this. But I know that the kids and the plow companies and, of course, outdoor rec, they need that. So,
Yeah,
farmers are
snowmobiles.
excited. Now we need the cold snap, too.
Well, Big Ag needs this kind of snow for their fields. We need the regular cycle to happen here, and this dry weather is not helping at all.
Mm-hmm. And the skiers want it. The snowmobilers want it. Yeah. It's. Are you a skier, Brittany? I imagine you might be.
I am.
Yeah.
I go downhill here at Granite Peak. I love cross-country skiing. I started that about 10 years ago. Love just going through the woods while it's snowing. It's so peaceful and quiet and relaxing. It's serene. I enjoy it.
Yeah. I used to cross-country ski myself, but that went downhill, basically.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's good. That's good, John.
But it was fun. It was fun. In fact, I look forward to snow because of cross-country skiing. And then my boot broke, and that was the end of. I never got a replacement. That was
so this is really our first significant snow down in the southern part of the state. I mean, we've had little dustings here and there, nothing significant till now. They're talking about 6 to 10 inches, maybe more. And so does this open the door? Does this change the pattern here for the rest of the winter? Now, is it going to be more like our usual winters where we get snow every few days, or at least maybe once a week? What do you think?
So we're still going to be dominated by the El Nino pattern, which is going to, of course, bring above average temperatures and below average precipitation. But that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. We've got an Arctic oscillation.
Oh,
to the north
I hate
a little
that when it
bit,
happens. Yeah.
And that kind of holds. I know, right? Well, usually that changes every few weeks to a month or so. So it flip-flops.
What the heck is an Arctic oscillation? What is it?
Think of the polar vortex or something like that.
Okay.
It's just that stream up in towards Canada that kind of, when it starts to weaken and wobble, it allows these low pressure systems to slam into us. So it's weakened and it's wobbled, and we've gotten a little bit of taste of winter, even though we're in an El Nino. So that's
El
the
Nino.
positive. That's the fun part.
El Nino is kind of circulating up from the west and the south, isn't it? I mean, this is what we're getting right now.
I don't know. I feel weakened and wobbled hearing you talking about El Nino. John.
All right.
Let's let our expert handle the meteorology, okay?
I'm trying to define what's going on here.
Brittany, how did you get interested? How long have you been doing meteorology? When did it get started?
Yeah. When did you get interested?
Oh, goodness. So long ago. I want to say I was probably 5 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
Really? An F5 tornado came through my cousin's house, right? Tore it completely apart. The only thing left was the cement stairs. And at 5 years old, to go see that kind of devastation, I grew up terrified. So watching the weatherman on TV. It's probably you.
Yeah.
Just,
Where was
you know,
that
waiting for
F5?
that warning to go out.
Where were you living at the time where that F5 went through your house?
I was in a suburb of Chicago, Plainfield, Illinois.
Oh, sure.
91.
Oh, okay.
1991.
Yeah.
Yep, back in the day.
That's the kind of stuff that happens in the flatlands.
Yeah. So what do you think for the next few days here? They're saying from what we're hearing, this big blast today and tonight, and then maybe a day off, and then some more later in the week and toward the weekend. Is that what you're saying as well? Yeah.
Yeah, so what we're looking at today, especially for you guys, you're kind of at the target of Wisconsin for the most snowfall, anywhere from Prairie du Chien into Madison, Richland Center, possibly the Dells and Waukesha, Janesville could get a little bit of this, but anywhere from 5 to 8 inches, pretty much guaranteed for you. Some spots will see pushing double digits of around 10 inches. Some spots. It's not going to be widespread. However, the further north you go, it lessens and lessens.
What are we looking at for temperatures? Because it's heavy snow. When it's warm, the snow is very heavy, and it's very difficult to snow blow, which is my big complaint this winter. Every winter, actually. So is it going to get colder? I hope.
Well, we're going to be hovering right at the freezing mark right now. So it is that heavy, wet, slushy, sloppy snow. It's going to heart attack snow, you know.
Heart attack
snow
snow.
blowers aren't real good with it.
Yeah. Well, but the kids will love it, and the kids that have school days off today, you know, they're going to be making snowmen later on today, probably into tonight. So, you know, there's an upside to it, and it's Wisconsin, you know. You got to deal with it.
You know what I was thinking? I want someone to do this. If you got kids in the neighborhood, whatever, and you don't want to shovel, have them all make 1 million snowmen out of the snow on your driveway and have them line your driveway with the snowmen. So you know exactly where your driveway is, and it's all rolled up, and the kids had fun. I want to see
brilliant.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
John, why don't you do that? Get your sons to make some, get their friends, and have
Gen
them come over.
Zers. Gen Zers.
Get them out of the basement where they're glued to their computers, and get them out there and, you know, help you out with the snow.
Make the snowmen. I love it. I love the idea of seeing snowmen.
Yeah, good stuff.
But yeah, after today, I mean, like, it's really going to be ramping up this afternoon and evening. So just be careful out there. It's when it's really going to hit. We have another shot of very, very light snow tomorrow night, about a half an inch to an inch. Not much.
Right.
And then the Friday system, another big one.
No.
Still the target is to be TBD, but 2 to 5 inches. Just plan for that.
Oh, that's
for now.
not good. That's not good.
Well,
I am done. I am
take
done
it
with
easy.
winter at this point.
Why are you doing? It's just getting started. All right. Well, Brittany, thank you very much for joining us, and maybe we can have you check in every once in a while with us and let us know what's happening weather-wise. We appreciate it. That's Brittany Merlot. Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah,
All right.
it's good having you.
All right. That's Brittany Merlot, our civic media meteorologist. 29 past the hour. We're coming back after this. Stay with us.
We'll be right back to the action right after this message.
Let the sun shine. It's the John and Gordy Show.
Brittany still with us?
She hung up.
Okay.
But she couldn't wait to
Boy,
leave.
quite a delay there.
Yeah. A little delay.
Oh, on the phone you're talking?
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing we can do about that. I don't know if she's on a cell or if she's on landline, but
that's okay. I think
it makes it more.
Yeah, she can come in over StreamYard. She asked if she should call or use StreamYard. I just sent her the phone number.
We should definitely do StreamYard next time.
Yeah.
Did you get any response for her maybe coming in every Monday or something, or maybe every Friday? We can reach out to her later.
I think it should just depend on the weather. You know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And just see if she's available. If she isn't, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We'll see. Well, I'll see if she sends me another message back.
Okay.
Or she just disconnects.
We didn't bring up the Christmas
you.
party, and we
Blocked
should have. Maybe next time we get her, we can.
Oh yeah.
We really hit it
did you
off.
talk
at the
to her
Christmas.
there?
Yes, we did. Yep,
okay.
we did.
She was really funny. She was.
Well, she was trying to get away from us because
Yes, she was.
we were sloppy drunk, and it's not good.
How late in the night was this?
It was pretty late.
Oh.
No, we weren't.
Yeah, I thought I left like at a reasonable time, but apparently people stuck around a lot longer than.
Well, you
I
didn't
did.
come to the. A bunch of
The
us went to
after
the
party?
bar. Yeah, there were about, I'd say maybe 25 people went to the after at the bar. In another part of the complex there.
We tried to leave, but my wife did not want to go.
She was having a great time, and then the next morning she looked kind of hungover.
Yeah,
kind of sick. She was not doing well the next morning.
She just goes all out at parties.
That was
Seriously,
hilarious.
yeah.
She was like, "I don't feel well." I know, I could tell.
My gosh.
She's a party animal.
She
danced
is.
a lot. You don't dance with her.
No.
She's a good dancer. She's
a party animal.
Yeah. All right. What do we got?
Okay, I'm gonna do the medical marijuana thing.
Oh, good.
I want to take off on these. Oh God, I hate these people. Oh.
What's okay?
Oh, the Republicans. They think they know everything. I mean, these are the small government guys. The limited government. They are now acting like doctors. That's what bothers me about this whole thing. We'll get into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to ad-lib around the 2 tweets I have here.
I'm not going to go with. I'm gonna start it, but I'm gonna have the volume down so we blow past the bubbles, and I'll just fade in with the.
All right. Yeah.
The reggae music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get some Cheech and Chong.
You know what I was thinking? Key and Peele. We got to get some sound from those. Those guys are hilarious.
Really? They did marijuana stuff like this?
Well, I'm sure they've got stuff on everything. I mean,
you would think Cheech and Chong would be the go-to.
I know, but a lot of their stuff is just, I don't know, stupid.
Well, no, not stuff. I mean, just a comment. Just
yeah. Oh, sure. Some drops. Yeah.
Yeah, just a drop. Yeah. Not a bit. I don't want to get into their bits. They're old. Those are old bits. Mm-hmm.
Actually, Tommy Chong is pretty funny as a stand-up. I've seen some of his stuff because Cheech Marin kind of went into acting and everything, and his stuff is Tommy Chong is very funny.
Well, Cheech is an amazing individual. I think
he's collected a lot of really beautiful Mexican art. I mean, high-end stuff.
Nice character actor too.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
No phones this morning.
Well, it's good because that must mean that we're saying what they're thinking. They don't have to text us. Make up all those excuses.
10 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Stop it.
And now we return you to the John and Gordy Show, already in progress. In other words, they don't know they're on the air. Again. Hey guys, hello? Hey guys, hello? Your mics are on. Hello?
What?
Hello?
I've heard that our mics are on.
They just don't tell us when they're on.
That's the bad part.
Give us a heads up next time.
Mad Radio, WMDX, 92.7 FM, 1580 AM, and all of your social media dial. Check us out if you can. Watch us while you're driving on Twitter, X.
Yeah, or Facebook or YouTube. We're everywhere we need to be. And so are you. We're in touch with Wisconsin, so you be in touch with us.
Oh, yes, definitely. Oh, yeah.
You can call us, too, or text us, 608-879-8255. That's 608-879-TALK.
Well, the gerrymandered Republicans are up to it again. Oh, yes,
Here
this
we
time
go.
they know about medicine. They've come out with a medical marijuana bill, and they're setting up dispensaries all over the place, all over the great state of Wisconsin.
What are you talking about?
As most other Midwestern states, of course, have full recreational, legalized marijuana, our gerrymandered Republicans only believe that maybe medical marijuana is the way to go and very, very restricted. Big government.
Yeah.
Big government. They have, get this, a 150-page bill for medical marijuana. They do. 150 pages of this stuff. And
All
this
right,
is the
I
party.
can tell you're getting angry.
This is the party of limited government, folks. They believe in that. I'm just going to blow up this picture that I see on Twitter X, and this is how you become eligible for medical marijuana. They have a list. These are the doctors. They are the physicians in our great capital. They have determined that, okay, become eligible for medical marijuana, you have to have cancer, seizures or epilepsy, glaucoma, severe chronic pain, severe muscle spasms, severe chronic nausea. Of course, the severe part, how do you prove that? I don't know. Multiple sclerosis, inflammatory bowel disease, terminal illness with life expectancy of less than 1 year. Well, thank you very much, you guys. That is the eligible patient list. They have determined it. This is what they think, yes.
Are they doctors and
No,
medical
well,
professionals?
They pretend to be. They pretend to be. They know more than even doctors know, right? Because, of course, they never believed in the COVID pandemic. So you got to know that these guys have some expertise in the medical field.
Well, they wrote 150 pages on it, so they must know what they're talking about.
Well, also medical marijuana, doctor diagnosis, pharmacist dispensed, first state to have state-run dispensaries. Huh? We're the first there. 5 dispensaries managed by DHS, Department of Health Services, and regulation of growing, processing, and testing this stuff, and a variety of smokeless options as well. So here we go. This is very restrictive, very big government, but in this case, it's good because this has been put together by our gerrymandered Republicans in the state capitol. Let's hear it for them. Let's hear it for them. Woo!
Nice job.
Where's my applause sound effect here?
I don't know. It's too late.
Got to do it manually.
Yeah, that's right.
You're right.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, thanks. Right on cue. Thanks. Okay, settle down.
I've been working on it.
got a little more work to do on that.
I do. All right. There you go.
Okay. Well, okay.
Well, you got it. You got to hand it to them. It took them a little while, and they certainly want the restrictions in place. It always has to have restrictions. And this is, by the way, this is making sure that we're never, ever in this state going to have recreational marijuana legalized. Ever. Yeah. And if Evers even brings it up, they're going to throw this medical marijuana bill out.
Right.
Everything is under threat.
Well, you're right. The Republicans, they just won't go for a legalization of recreational marijuana use. But like you said, they're looking out for our health, and they're the ones that, like you mentioned, they said COVID was just a great big hoax.
Oh, yeah.
So they're all over. They're over this.
Remember, Voss said this.
I think you'll see next week that legislation gets introduced in the Capitol about medical marijuana. One of the biggest fears that I have, and I saw it in one of the comments that Governor Evers said, is that it's the first step toward recreational marijuana. That scares the bejesus out of most of the members of my caucus because we know the wrong thing for Wisconsin is to legalize recreational marijuana. We have way too many drugs. We just went through a huge opioid crisis. The last thing that we need is marijuana shops on every street corner of every small town in Wisconsin like we're seeing in Michigan and Illinois.
We're constantly reading about the corruption and having those shops on the corners and it's bringing those states down, obviously.
Well, I've been to Illinois and Michigan lately. I didn't see any dispensaries on every little corner in every little town. It's ridiculous.
Oh,
That's
God.
why it's regulated. You got to get licensed to do that, and you limit the licenses depending on
And the communities.
Yeah.
Communities pass out, where you can locate them, unless, of
Right.
course, the state takes that over, which
Yeah.
they probably will.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that.
It scares the
See where it goes.
bejesus out of everybody.
Well, I don't like it when the bejesus get scared out of me.
I know.
You know,
I like
'cause
I like it.
I like
the
the
inner
bejesus.
bejesus. Yes.
I want to
don't
keep
want
my bejesus.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody getting any that doesn't need it. Bejesus. Where did that
guys.
phrase come from? It's just we got to look that one up.
Well, it's a sneaky way to get Jesus in.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to be blasphemous. So you say bejesus.
Medical marijuana.
Yeah.
Oh, the scourge.
Got a
the
text that
scourge.
just came in.
Yeah.
Talking about the Tavern League and their influence on this. How much money, again, does the Tavern League give the Republican Party to keep marijuana illegal because they don't want it cutting into their profits?
Wow.
We don't have a number on that, I don't
Right,
think. but
right.
That's a
it's
good
probably
point.
not insignificant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been proven to lower the incidence of drug overdoses.
Yeah.
When they have legalized recreational marijuana. It's been known to do that. So he was incorrect when he said, we got this drug problem and it makes people worse. And no, it isn't. No, actually, no. No, he's just repeating the old line from Joe Friday.
Mm-hmm. You know what I could use right now is some coffee. Does anybody
ya?
have any?
Could ya?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know if the studio coffee machine is going, but I could use a little more. Do we have any fresh coffee?
Fellas, don't drink that coffee.
What?
It is the
Why
caffeine.
not?
The sugar level, the caffeine level, all conspires to make things a little squirrely.
I don't think there can ever be enough, too much caffeine.
Caffeine is just a sort of a general phenomenon that should be, spread and promulgated as many directions as possible.
You'd never guess. There
What?
was a fish
Where?
in the percolator.
Oh man, hate it when
It
that
always
happens.
happens, doesn't it? It always
Where are we
happens.
getting all these fish from? This time they keep putting it in the coffee maker, and it's not good.
No. It
People
doesn't
can-
work well.
Why don't the people in this office wise up? Just keep the fish out of the percolator. It really
You
gives a
have
bitter.
mushroom coffee and marijuana coffee. Why not fish coffee?
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
It could be good.
in the
It could
ground.
be good. I don't know.
If you could find the right kind of fish that
I
would.
suppose.
What are our coffee shops waiting for? We're making this a
Well, we
request.
had that story
A
about
request.
the mushroom coffee, and we need somebody, a coffee expert, to come in and straighten us out about this stuff, because we've talked about mushroom coffee, marijuana coffee now, flavored. What next? Fish coffee?
Fish coffee, yeah. No, I hate the flavored coffees normally. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. And then it kind of contaminates the coffee machine just a little bit. Hell, I was reading this interesting story about the guy who came up with the pod coffee maker.
Oh, yeah.
Keurig.
Like Keurig, yeah.
Yeah. He regrets having invented it.
Why is that?
Because it creates a lot of disposable little Keurig packets all over the place. It adds to pollution.
Yeah.
And he hates it. He does not have a Keurig himself. And back in 1997, he sold the Keurig idea and company
The invention
to somebody else. He sold it, get this, for $50 million.
Okay.
The company
So
that
he's
has
set.
it now is making about $4 billion a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't a smart move. Not a smart move.
Yeah, you wonder where all those empty plastic pods, if those just eventually end up at the bottom of the ocean somewhere.
Well, you can only, buy one of the pods that you can refill and clean refill and clean. Yeah, those are out there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't know
That's
if
the way to
anybody
go.
told this guy that, but
Yeah.
But $50 million, and then all of a sudden there he is. Billions and billions of dollars, money that he's not getting. Yeah, well, you got to take the money when you can get it.
Take the money and run.
Some.
Yeah.
What's that, Sam?
You win some, you lose some.
That's
yeah. Oh yeah. How about let's get into the Antifa thing. Oh, did I say it wrong?
Yeah, Antifa.
Antifa.
That's what Rocker says.
Yeah.
It's pronounced. Yeah.
He gave a good reason for that, Antifa.
Mm-hmm.
I get irritated when people mispronounce it, and I can understand why he gets upset. But I always think Antifa.
Okay, Antifa.
Works,
whichever.
Anyway,
potato. Go ahead.
A guy at a Trump rally in North Carolina says that the J6 was Antifa.
Are we supposed to believe that they didn't set up the protesters on January 6th?
Right. That's exactly right. There's video out there that they're trying to suppress. It's all on people's TikToks and stuff, where they had Antifa members inside the White House on that day saying, "We need more people. We need more people," as they were trying to break through while they were trying to break through the floor in one of the offices. The lady was in the window with a megaphone telling people what to do and where to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's so many holes in the official narrative about January 6th. Like,
no, there really isn't.
No,
there aren't a lot
much.
of holes in that.
Yeah.
Now, of course, when all of this came out, releasing all these videos, and they brought up Antifa having caused this, so many people posted videos of this one particular instance where they're looking through a window of the house, on the house floor,
right,
and there are protesters on the other side, and one guy is like aiming his gun right at these individuals, and here's a little audio.
You better watch out, boy. There's sometimes
I can't hear what this guy's saying.
We're your friend. I've never had a ticket in my life.
Hold on, man.
Ever. We're real American citizens who are sick of this. And we're making it knowing that we're sick of it. Okay?
30 years.
Would you? Huh?
And I've never had people act this way.
Say again.
I've been in law enforcement in Texas for 30 years.
Talk a little louder. That's because you've never seen corruption like we have seen this last month.
I'm ashamed.
And I'm ashamed of my Congress people. They don't even stand up for it. They're giving away my grandchildren and your grandchildren's freedom.
What? You need to back up.
Freedom is at hand.
Do you understand we're fighting for you?
You ought to put the guns down. We're not going to do anything.
The same paycheck when the government gets.
Boy, they sound level-headed, don't they?
Oh boy,
right? These are the real Americans. Boy, they're mad. They're really angry about the election. A lot of people say, okay, well, yeah, we lost the election, and then they turn the TV set on, sit down in their chair and relax. But no, these guys.
Well, over 1,000 of them arrested, and 700 or so convicted and paying the price for that. But no. Now some of the MAGAs calling them who was calling them hostages? Oh my gosh.
Everybody, all the Republicans are calling them hostages.
Yeah,
that caught on.
Yeah,
that word.
Boy. All right, 7:49. Snow this morning all around southern Wisconsin. Back in just a minute.
Rocker says you should let people know what Antifa stands for, and I don't know. Is it like an actual organization, or is it just an like?
No, it's not an organization. I'll clarify. It's not an organization.
Okay.
No. Anti-fascist is what it stands for.
Right.
Anti-fa, fascist.
Hey, you're still right on top of that mic, man.
I am.
Yeah, when you're talking medium to loud, it's definitely.
I don't know why am I suddenly having a problem with this?
I don't know. I think you're just coming at it at a different angle. Maybe you're a little.
Yeah.
Just put it off to the side a little bit.
Yeah,
instead
that's
of
what
right,
I'm doing. That's
right
what
in front
I'm
of
doing.
you.
Is it good here? Is this good here?
Yeah.
Well, so far, yeah, but it's been
Well, I get
Sam,
close
say-
to it
yeah,
like this.
10 seconds.
Yeah, that doesn't
just
sound
don't
good.
like get right up close to it. 5
All right.
seconds.
All right. Mad Radio, WMDX, the John and Gordy Show. 10 minutes before 8 o'clock.
Hey, we had a message from one of our friends who says, why don't you explain exactly what Antifa or Antifa is?
Well, it's anti
Yes.
against fascism.
Yeah, that's
fascism.
That's
it's anti-fascist.
Yes.
And you know, acting like they're the bad guys, the anti-fascist group
Yeah.
has I've never been able to wrap my head around that, but they managed to make it something real for them.
Wikipedia says Antifa is a left-wing, anti-fascist, and anti-racist political movement in the United States. So it's a wider movement, but it is not a centralized organization like a lot of MAGAs think that it is.
That's right.
you go.
They don't have a head of the group. It's not an organization. You can't donate to it. It just they just get together. They form wherever it is necessary to form.
And that's it.
And
It's
usually
that
you
simple.
see them around, skid hen parades,
Right.
KKK parades and protests. They form around that to counter the protest, to make sure that no, you're going to receive some resistance here, and we're Antifa.
Yeah, but the MAGA Republicans, as you mentioned, they're saying that Antifa caused the insurrection.
Right.
Was they were there. They were there.
Anti-fascist, because we want to see fascism. Right? We don't want to see those anti-fascists around.
No.
Oh, no. The fire hose falsehood thing is going on right now. I just want to kind of look this over here. It's a Russian style of propaganda for an age of information abundance. Okay, here's a list of what happens when, like the Republicans, the gerrymandered Republicans in the state and all over the country, the MAGAs basically, are using the fire hose approach. And what they do is they are taking every opening and they're trying to destroy what is, I guess, normally accepted civil society. Like high volume of multi-channel approach, shamelessness in its willingness to broadcast lies, no commitment to or requirement for consistency, rapid, continuous, and repetitive messaging. Point is not to persuade, but to confuse and overwhelm. Assumes a low trust environment and lowers it even further. Number of arguments matter more than their quality. And it drowns out competing messages through sheer volume. In other words, the fire hose approach to information. And that's what this whole thing has been about, and it will be about. And Trump has opened that door for all of these special interests, this list that the right wing has had for many years. So they're going to try it all. Religious nationalism. So it's just, it's a fire hose approach, as they call it.
And the fire hose is on full blast and is going to not let up, unfortunately. It's soaking us in disinformation, anger, and fear. Yeah.
How about this?
Okay.
This is an ad that is getting an awful lot of press lately. It's put together in the benefit of Trump. It's God made Trump. And a lot of people are talking about this little thing. This is crazy. Listen to this.
And on June 14th, 1946, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God gave us Trump. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, fix this country, work all day, fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the Oval Office and stay past midnight at a meeting of the heads of state. So God made Trump. I need somebody with arms, strong enough to rustle the deep state, and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. somebody to ruffle the feathers, tame cantankerous World Economic Forum, come home hungry, have to wait until the First Lady is done with lunch with friends, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon, and mean it. So God gave us Trump. I need somebody who can shape an axe, but wield a sword, who had the courage to step foot in North Korea, who can make money from the tar of the sand, turn liquid to gold, who understands the difference between tariffs and inflation, will finish his 40-hour week by Tuesday noon, but then put in another 72 hours. So God made Trump. God had to have somebody willing to go into the den of vipers, call out the fake news for their tongues as sharp as a serpent's. The poison of vipers is on their lips, and yet stopped. So God made Trump. God said, I need somebody who will be strong and courageous.
That's crazy. I need somebody who's absolutely nuts and crazy.
A man who cares for the flock.
I didn't know that.
Who won't ever leave nor forsake
No, it's still going there.
I need the most diligent worker to follow the path.
It just goes on, you know.
I
mean,
didn't know that Donald Trump delivered his own grandchild. That's news to me. I must have missed that headline.
Yeah, I missed that one too. Truly
goes on and
unbelievable,
on.
isn't it? It does. There's 23 seconds left
It's
here.
such
Fight the system all
strange.
day and finish a hard week's work by attending church on Sunday.
And going to the golf
And then
course.
his oldest son turns and says, Dad, let's make America great again.
Oh,
Dad, let's build back a country to be the envy of the world again. So God made Trump.
I was waiting for the stinger on that.
It's very dramatic, and the music is just incredible.
Yeah.
Where did they come up with that stuff? That's just so strange.
It is so
I mean,
odd. Yet Trump tweeted that.
Yeah.
He promoted it. That's how I found it way back when. I've been old enough playing it, but it is a piece of comedy, isn't it?
It's a piece of something. I don't know what, but
who's
it's
the guy?
out
Who's
there.
the broad-
Reaction to that.
What's
What's
that? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy, it's just
Now, who's
too
the
much.
broadcaster that was around for years and years? That's The Voice. They tried to do an impression of I can't remember who it was. That's the rest of this. I can't remember
It's
now.
not Cronkite.
It's not
Paul
Cronkite.
Harvey.
Paul Harvey. That's
You
right.
think so?
Paul Harvey. Yeah.
I
Oh,
believe so.
Harvey.
The original one is God Made a Farmer, and this is an AI parody of that.
That's right.
Oh, is that?
exactly.
Oh,
Or
it's
not
an-
even parody, because apparently somebody created it like genuinely.
For real.
Donald.
For
Yeah.
real. Oh my gosh.
Probably Stephen Miller or one of his lackeys that's still hanging around Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
You know, waiting for the end. Okay.
Very scary stuff.
On that snowy note, we're out of here for today, but we'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. And just stay safe out there and stay warm, okay?
We will try. Thank you, Gordy.
All right, John. Talk to you tomorrow morning.
Big hugs.